Okay, we start with financial statements, the general overview. So this is chapter 1 of intermediate 3. Now na pa ang chapter 3 at 4. Okay, I'll be uploading also if you are first, kung ito yung una mong lesson na binuksan, I'll be uploading to chapter 2 and chapter 6 and chapter 5, which is events after the reporting period to follow, and 7, 8, 9, 10 pag-iisipan ko pa kasi it depends on the other sections kung nasaan na sila kasi medyo mabigat yung 7, 8, 9, 10 ano. Okay, anyway, so financial statements, the overview. Alam kong alam nyo na naman to. Pero for the sake of review, let's review. Okay? Financial statements, ano ba siya? They carry financial information accumulated and processed to be communicated to the users. Okay? So, ang laman niya is financial information, ano nangyari sa kumpanya, during the whole accounting period. Okay? Magkano ang kinita, magkano ang na-acquire, magkano ang naging liabilities, mga ganun. Okay? Then next, we have general purpose. Para saan ba ang FS? Well, they actually would want to meet the needs. Okay? Yung mga yung mga users. Okay? So, pinag-aralan natin ng senior high na there are two types of users. Okay? It's either the internal or the external users or the primary and primary or secondary users. Pero we usually use internal and external users. And general purpose financial statements, if you will remember, they provide the need for assessment ng financial performance, position, liquidity, solvency, and profitability of a company ng external users. When you say external, yung tagalabas. It's either the lenders, the creditors, the investors, the public, okay, and government agencies. General purpose financial statement ang makakapagsagot sa kanilang mga need for information, financial information about the entity. Okay? It's different with special purpose FS kasi it is tailored to meet the needs of internal users or that of management. So, dito, gumagawa ka ng mas hindi lang FS. Kumbaga yung FS, pag-aaralan mo pa, i-interpret mo pa. Okay? And you come up with different types of financial reports like analysis, okay? Discontinued and continued operations, yung mga ganun, analysis ng lahat ng bagay para top management or even the middle management would know how to deal with certain problems sa facing the company. So, ganun siya. Okay, then we have components of the FS. So, yan. Yan yung malimit hinahanap. Statement of financial position, income statement, statement of comprehensive income, statement of changes in equity, statement of cash flows, notes to FS. So, ang wala ko pang lecture is statement of changes in equity, and hopefully okay na tayo sa notes to FS. Itong cash flows, hopefully I can kasi I'll jump chapter kapag sinama ko tong cash flow. So, I'll be back to you. I-update ko kayo sa Facebook. Okay? Pero meron na ako nito. Ito wala pa. Okay? Ito. Yan. So, objective of the FS, it is to provide information about kung ano yung mga ginagawa mo. Financial position, financial performance, and cash flows. Okay? Useful to make economic decisions. Okay? Remember that the financial position provides you liquidity and solvency status. Ang financial performance is profitability. Okay? Reflects the stewardship of management of the resources entrusted to it. So, ang pinaka problema ngayon with regards to FS is paano kung performance-based ang sahod ng management. So, there will be a tendency na manipulahin nila ang FS to reflect good and efficient stewardship nila. Okay, if performance-based, ibig sabihin kung magandang performance ng company based on the FS, may bonus ka. Kung wala, edi wala kang bonus, yung mga ganon. Okay, kaya hindi magandang motivator ang performance-based incentives kasi it's more prone to sa auditing, it's more prone to the three the triangle of fraud. Okay, pag-aralan natin yung sa auditing. Okay? Anyway, so it provides information about the assets, liabilities, equity, income, and expenses, and contributions and distributions of owners. Itong huling part is actually the changes of equity, statement of changes in equity, and cash flows. This is cash flow statement. So this part, financial position, this one is financial performance, this one is statement of changes in equity, and this one is statement of cash flows. Okay, does the FS provide all the info needed for economic decisions? The answer is pak, parang yung TikTok na nasa ulo. Okay? The answer is actually no. Why? Because it only provides financial information. It does not provide all of the non-financial information affecting the business. Okay? Not all. Ma'am, ibig sabihin may non-financial information stated in the FS? Yes, but only a few. Those that are relevant in explaining the contents of the financial statement. Saan yung matatagpuan? Sa notes to financial statements. Yun yung tinatawag na mga disclosures. However, not all non-financial information needed for economic decisions are present. Like for example, COVID-19 pandemic. Nakalagay ba yan sa mga FS? No. Mama, nakalagay siguro yung mga contingencies, ganon. Pero did they ever predict that the 100-year Holocaust or the 100-year purge is true? Na every 100 years humanity is being purged? Wala naman, di ba? Okay? Yun yung mga non-financial information na would aid in financial decision making, in making economic decisions for the company but are not actually present in the FS. Hindi naman kasi yan ang FS will only tell you what happened. Okay? Strategic cost management and management accounting will tell you future, how to predict what will happen. So, yan. Okay? Financial position. So, isa-isa natin ang FS. So, you have, shows the assets, liabilities, and equity at a particular moment in time. Liquidity and solvency need for additional financing. Okay? Financial performance, revenue, expense, net income, or loss of the entity. Okay? So, ang performance, sabi, it is the level of income earned by the entity through efficient and effective use of its resources. Alam niyo naman yan. Okay? If maganda ang performance ng company, it will reflect by higher net income, higher revenues, and less expenses. If mababa ang performance ng isang company, magre-reflect yan as net loss, too much expenses, too much fixed cost, at less revenues. Parang ganun. Okay? Comprises of income statement and statement of comprehensive income. Thorough discussion will be done kapag nandun na tayo sa topic na yan. Okay? Cash flows, we have, it shows there are cash receipts, cash payments, and categorized as operating, investing, and financing activities of the entity. Okay, alam nyo yung operating, investing, and financing. Okay? At siguro, yung mga naturuan ko dati, nabigyan ko kayo ng tips on how to categorize instantly. Hindi ba instantly? Kung mapadali ang pagka-categorize mo into operating, investing, and financing activities. Yung mga tawag din yung mga transactions. Okay? So, pagdating na lang sa cash flows, na natin discuss. Assess the company's ability to generate cash and cash equivalents. Okay? Maganda bang maraming cash ang company? As in yung stagnant? Hindi, di ba? Dapat kasi umiikot yan. Okay? Anyway, so we do financial reporting. So, yung financial statements is used for financial reporting. So, na po yung financial reporting. It's actually communicating the financial information to the external users para malaman ng external users effective ba yung management or ano ba yung gagawin kong decision, yes or no. Parang ganun. Okay? Communicates information that relates directly or indirectly to the financial accounting process. Okay? Ito, gagawin nyo to. Magandang experience yung haharap ka sa unahan ng BOD or even top management and you're explaining to them. Okay? You have to prepare for that. Hindi pwedeng nasa cubicle ka lang at naglalaptop magdamag. Okay? Financial reports includes hindi lang FS, financial highlights, summary of important financial figures, analysis of the FS and significant ratios. Okay? Kung mapapansin ninyo, parang special FS na to mga to, special purpose financial statements, when in fact, they are additional financial reports. So, paano siya ginagawa sa different accounting subjects pa natin? So, yung analysis of the FS and significant ratios, mapapasadahan natin yun sa management services, financial management if you still have, okay? Pero MAS siya. Okay? Actually, yung financial highlights nandun din. Hindi pa kasi tapos ang ating MAS. Nasa strategic cost pa lang tayo. There's only one chapter in MAS. Okay? Includes also description of major products and listing of corporate officers and directors. Okay? So, ano yung products mo and officers? Directors. Objective of financial reporting. Oh, it's the same actually of financial statements. It provides financial information. Okay, making decisions. Blah blah blah. Okay. Then target users for general purpose FS. They are actually existing, and potential investors, lenders, and other creditors which compose the primary user group. Even potential, tina-target mo na siya as users. Why? Because you want to gain more investors and to have higher credit standing to lenders. Pabanguhan ng image. Okay? Limitations. So, marami tayong limitations on financial reporting. So, one, you cannot provide all information to the target users, which is true. Magtatanong ang mga yan. Pero at least you have provided them with what is required by the standard. Okay? Not designated to show the value of a reporting entity. Naku, you cannot tell the actual value of your business. It is always an estimate. Why? O syempre, ikaw kaya mo sabihin ang value mo as a person. Can you tell that your life is valued at 10 million pesos? 'Di ba hindi naman? Okay, it's always an estimate. So kung sa tingin mo nasa part ka pa lang ng 1 million pesos, hindi mag-aral ka pa para tumaas ang iyong value. Okay, anyway, joke lang. Okay, intended to provide common information to users and cannot accommodate every specific request for information. So, for example, 100 na tao, binigyan mo ng general FS. Okay? And 50 na top management top management employees or even the BOD. Isama natin ang BOD para reasonable yung 50. Hindi lahat ng kailangan nilang information nasa FS, even special purpose FS. Okay? In the financial reports, hindi lahat nandyan. So, pag may specific data sila or information silang hinahanap, you need to provide them kahit wala sa reports. Okay? So, yun. Sa sa tagaloob, internal users, kasi tagaloob sila. Ang external, you're limited only to what is provided by the standard. Okay? Huwag masyadong ibigay lahat kasi baka mamaya makuha ng ibang companies yung iyong competitive advantage. Okay? Financial reports are based on estimate and judgment. Kaya nga, ang mga accountants magaling mag-judge. Charot lang. Okay, kasi parang, ito yung standard, ito yung ganito ang gagawin, pero it's up to you. Di ba? Hindi nyo ba halata? Ganun yung ating pag-aaral ng accounting. Ito yung standard, ito yung procedure, pero kung sa tingin mo ay ganto, it's up to you. Para lokohan lang, no? Anyway, so that's the beauty of our profession. Okay? It's up to us. Okay? Responsibility for the FS. Ang management, they're the ones who prepare and present the FS. Ang BOD, so after prepare ni management, sasubmit sa BOD. They review and authorize the FS for issuance. Si BOD din ang nag-hire ng external auditor to check if yun yung review and authorizes. to check if tama yung FS na gawa ni management, and the BOD once pinirmahan na ni external auditor na okay na after some revisions na kailangan gawin at nagawa na, i-authorize na niya FS for issuance, ina-upload sa kanilang website. Okay? Shareholders, they assess how effectively management fulfill their duties. So, if sa tingin mo, pabagsak na ang kumpanya, pagbenta mo na yung shares mo. Pero kung sa tingin mo, worth it na magstay ka pa sa company, magstay at ipaglaban yung iyong hawak na shares, then stay. Ganun lang yun. General features of the FS. Yan. Oh, nakikita nyo na naman ulit. This is actually intermediate accounting bond. And basic accounting, fair presentation, and confras. Kaya papasadahan natin, re-review lang natin. Fair presentation, going concern, accrual basis, materiality, offsetting, frequency of reporting, and consistency. Fair presentation, when is it fairly presented? It is faithfully represented kapag it is in accordance with definition and recognition criteria ng assets, liabilities, income, and expenses laid down by the conceptual framework and the accounting standard. So, that's the only time na fairly presented siya. Ibig sabihin, tama, kompleto, comparable, mga ganun. Okay? If they're fairly presented, walang fallacy. Wala kang nililimit na, ay, ito, ito. Huwag natin lagay. So, lahat ng yan, fair, isinama mo kahit minsan nakakasakit ng damdamin sa on your part na hindi mo nagawa, parang bahid, parang stain, pero because you are a competent CPA, isasama mo siya, then be proud of yourself kasi you have fairly presented the FS na ginawa mo. Okay? The next, departure from standard. Ma'am, pwede yun? Pwede naman. Kailan siya pwede? Kapag in rare cases, okay, if compliance with a standard would be misleading, okay, departure is necessary to achieve fair presentation, and when the conceptual framework requires or otherwise does not prohibit such a departure. So, ma'am, paano nga kung nag-conflict? Based on my judgment, magiging misleading yung FS if I have complied with a standard na hindi naman swak, kahawig lang siya, yung business transaction, kahawig lang siya nung dinidescribe ng standard, pero it is unique in itself. So, anong gagawin mo dyan? Kaya nga nagkakaroon ng interpretations. Kasi there are certain standards na hindi niya kayang kunin lahat ng business transaction because the business world is tawag din it's changing, it's going in complexity. Mas nagiging complex ang mga business transaction as time goes by. So, the standard dapat siyang makisabay, pero hindi nga siya makasabay agad-agad. Okay? Kaya nangyayari, some compliance, if you, pag pinilit mo siya, magiging misleading siya. So, pwede ka mag-depart from the standard, basta sasabihin mo kung bakit ka nag-depart. Okay? Then, departure is necessary to achieve fair presentation and not prohibit such a departure. So, pwede ka daw mag-prohibit, sabi ng conceptual framework. So, yan yung mga permitted instances lang. Ito yung mga i-disclose nyo. So, ito, nakalagay ito sa notes. Yan. Concluded that the FS are presented fairly. Okay? Compliance with applicable standards except the said departure to achieve fair presentation. So, sasabihin nyo na they are complying with the standard, pero itong line item na ito ay hindi because compliance with it will be misleading. Okay? Then, the title of the standard, yan, i-explain nyo. Ito yung linya yun explain mo kung ano yung standard na dapat gawin and should be treatment, pero why, you will state the reasons why compliance with it is misleading. So, magiging para kang essay writer dyan. Okay? Financial impact of the departure of this item, yan. Sasabihin mo din kung anong financial impact niya sa buong FS and sa company. So, yan. going concern. So, alam mo yun na yan, continuity assumption. Kailan siya going concern? Kapag you see the entity or the business to continue an operation for a foreseeable future. Parang kayong dalawa ng jowa mo or ng crush mo na hanggang ngayon going concern pa rin dapat. Pero kung dahil ng COVID-19 ay hindi na kayo going concern, ay i-liquidate nyo na. Okay? Anyway, disclosure of material uncertainties regarding going concern must be made. So, ma'am, paano kapag medyo nagdududa na ako? There are certain uncertainties that are present na para siyang from translucent, nagiging transparent na tong uncertainties niyan. Anong gagawin ko? Disclose. Yun lang yun. Okay? If you disclosed it, si auditor will assume na ay ito aabangan ko to next year. Pag ito ay going concern pa rin with present transparent uncertainties, baka sumala ang FS nito. Baka ito next year mag-liquidating concern na, hindi na siya going concern. So, parang ganun. Okay? Accrual basis. Alam niyo naman to. This is actually an accounting method wherein revenues are recognized when earned regardless of when received and expenses are recognized when incurred regardless of when paid. Anong kabaliktaran niya? Cash basis. Anong required ng standard na gamitin? Accrual basis. Okay. Aggregation. Familiar naman kayo sa itsura. Ang term, medyo siguro yung iba familiar. Pero ang aggregation is actually presenting separately each material class of similar items. Yung parang cash. Ang daming cash. Cash in bank, cash on hand, petty cash. Yan. Pag in-aggregate mo siya, nakalagay siya sa cash and cash equivalent. Okay? Ganun ang aggregation. Okay? Presents separately items of dissimilar nature or function unless immaterial. So, kapag daw magkakaiba siya, may sarili siyang line item. Except, immaterial siya. Kaya nga merong other assets. Okay? So, yun. Materiality. Ang materiality, alam niyo na din to. Kapag omission niya, material ang isang transaction or isang line item when omission or misstatement doon sa transaction na yon, using a certain accounting standard and accounting process could influence the economic decision of the users. Yung sobrang laki ng impact niya, nagsumalang FS mo, material yung transaction na yon. Okay? Immaterial siya kung kunwari, kung nag-round off ka, walang nangyaring, nag-round off ka sa tenths ng iyong, in the 10th place, nag-round off ka and you use certain number of, let's say, tenths, walang nangyari sa iyong FS, immaterial yon. Pero pag nag-round off ka at parang nag-iba yung lahat ng FS mo, even the profitability, solvency, and liquidity status of your company, it changed because of just rounding off to a certain degree, material yung ginawa mong yun. Okay? We know that materiality is actually relative in size rather than absolute. Ibig sabihin, kung anong material sa isang kumpanya can be immaterials to another company. It depends on the size. So, kunwari, nawalan ka ng 50,000 and your net worth as a company is 30,000 pesos. 50,000 is material. Pero if nawalan ka ng 50,000 and you're a 1 billion worth company, relativity tells you that immaterial ang 50,000. Pero hanapin mo naman kung saan ang galing. Kung bakit nawala. Okay? Yan. Relative size of the item, yun nga yung comparison ko, and nature of the item. Kunwari, nanakaw siya. Kahit ikaw ay 1 billion company at nawalan ka ng 50,000, if it's due to internal fraud, boy, hanapin mo naman kung sino yung mga nagnakaw ng 50,000 na yan. Kasi they can do it again. Right? Okay? Offsetting. When you offset, parang utang ng kaklase mo. Tapos may utang sa iyong kaklase mo, may utang sa iyong kaklase mo, may utang ka sa kaklase mo, offset ka lang. Ganun lang yun. Okay, assets, liabilities, income, and expenses when material shall not be offset against each other. Pero wag mo naman offset na assets o liable, offset na lang, ganyan. Hindi naman. In accounting, offsetting is actually done with discretion. Okay, medyo mag-iingat-ingat ka sa offsetting. Kasi minsan nagsumasala eh. Frequency of reporting. Ang required lang ng standard is at least annual. Okay? But in auditing, we will study na at a certain degree of uncertainty, kailangan hindi lang annual. Okay? Saka na yun. Third year na yun. Okay? If shorter or longer than 1 year, the period covered by the FS, the reason for using a longer or shortened period. So, bakit hindi ka nag 1 year? Sasabihin mo kung anong period. So, for example, January to March or January to April. Ganon, lalagay mo. And bakit longer or shorter? So, due to fraud, due to COVID-19, due to mga ganon. The fact that amounts presented in FS are not entirely comparable. When you do that, kunwari ngayon, nag-prepare ka ng January to April. Next year, hindi ka na nag-prepare ng January to April. Or nag-prepare ka ng January to March. Those amounts are not comparable. Okay? There's a need for consistency for it to be comparable. Okay? Comparable information, yan. The entity shall disclose comparative information for all amounts reported in the current period's financial statement with respect to the previous period. Okay? So, anong best comparable information? Yung annual reporting. Yung FS mong annually mo pinipresent. Ginagawa. Okay? Ma'am, pwede yung quarter. Pwede naman kung lagi ka nagkwa-quarter. Pero kung one time ka lang nag-quarterly reporting ng FS, hindi mo siya pwede, yung quarterly, hindi mo pwedeng compared sa annual. Okay? Third statement of financial, third statement. So, gagawa ka ng patatlong FS. Kailan to ginagawa? Kapag ikaw ay may ginawang accounting policy na retrospective. Kapag nag-restate ka retrospectively, kapag nag-reclassify ka, and kailan ka gagawa? Nung first, second, third. Una, gawa ka ng current period. Padalwa, end of the previous period. And patatlo, beginning of the earliest comparative period. Sa accountant na nadalihan ng retrospective application, matrabaho to. Biruin mo, tatlong FS ang gagawin mo. Financial position ang gagawin mo. Wala, okay lang yan. Kaya mo yan. Next, consistency. Uniform basis from period to period in applying accounting methods and practices. So, kung gumamit ka ng IFRS hanggang dulo. Pero kung gumamit ka ng GAAP hanggang dulo, mga ganun lang, be consistent. Consistency lang yan, di ba? Parang sa relasyon lang. Nag-I love you ka lagi tuwing gabi, di dapat hanggang dulo yung nag-I love you tuwing gabi. Kung kinakaon mo dati nung nililigawan mo, dapat hanggang dulo kinakaon mo, hindi yung text mo na lang ako pag nakauwi ka na. Anyway, however, a change is allowed when it is required by another PFRS. So, kung dating yung FS mo, ginagamit niya ay PAS, tapos biglang nagkaroon ng bagong standard, which is PFRS, regarding the same business transaction, PFRS ka. Okay? When a significant change in the nature of operations will demonstrate a more appropriate revised presentation. Okay? If the significant change will actually be more appropriate than kung anong ginawa mo in the past years. Okay? So, kung sa tingin mo ay mas okay ang straight line kaysa sa double declining, 10 taon ka nagdo-double declining, ay di mag-straight line method ka. It is inappropriate for an entity to leave accounting policies unchanged when better and acceptable alternatives exist. Okay, kapag may better methods and standards, you should apply it. Okay, huwag masyadong stick to one, yung stick sa dati, yung ayaw mo ng pagbabago. Di ba sabi nga, those who can adapt to changes are most likely to survive in life. Yun yung quotation eh. So, di ba tama naman? Kasi sa theory of evolution, yung mga species na nag-adapt lang to changing environments, sila lang yung nag-evolve. And those who did not, they died off. Okay? So, yan. Imagine if technology did not make our lives easier today, ano na kayang hitsura ng humanity, yung human beings ngayon? Kasi evolution will happen sa atin because of changes in the environment. Anyway, whoosh, pati ba naman online learning, kwento pa rin. Okay, so we have identification of the FS. So, paano mo gagawin yung title niya? So, una, name of the reporting entity, which is lagi niya naman ginagawa yun dati. Then, whether separate or consolidated, yun lang, dadagdagan mo. Ikaw by subsidiary, ito by pang separate FS lang, sabihin mo. Pag consolidated, lalagay mo din, consolidated, or ibig sabihin yung parent, lahat ng subsidiaries mo, nasa loob na din ng FS. Okay? Kailan ang end of reporting mo? For the year ended, for the month ended, for the quarter ended, okay, mga ganun. Presentation currency, lalagay mo in dollars, in peso. Yun lang yun, in dollars, in peso. And level of rounding used. So, lalagay mo, round off to the nearest ganyan. Para alam ng auditor and your users. Yan. And our lesson for today is done. That's actually the general overview of the financial statements, and it's actually a review. Okay? So, the end of chapter assessment will be uploaded next week to help you review then for the final exam. Okay, hindi yung pahirap, para ma-review din kayo habang kayo nag-aaral. Okay? I'm making your life easier. Kasi these are extraordinary times, and compassion should be one of the um, wholehearted measures in these extraordinary times. Okay? Anyway, bye!